Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. This is ChrisLuvsLux, and today we're going to do a review, first impression of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's the Nouveau palette. I achieved the look. These are two different looks, believe it or not, from this palette. So I want you guys to hold on to your seats because I have some thoughts. At the end, I'll share them, but let's get into it and see how I feel. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share the video. Let's get into it because I want y'all to know my thoughts. All right, y'all. So my eyes are prepped, my eyebrows are set. I need to get them done though. They're getting thicker and thicker, wider and wider. I need to clean them up. Anyway, that's not what this is about. We're going to play with this new Anastasia. What is the name of this palette? Nouveau. The new Nouveau palette. So I went back and forth about whether or not I was actually going to get this. You know, I used to have all of the palettes. Then I've slowly decluttered. I think I'm down to like 2 or 3. And I was like, oh, am I going to add one? But honestly, it started to intrigue me. I do love that kind of tweed cover. This seems to be, I'm going to open it up for you guys, a very neutral palette, right? A very everyday palette with the pop of that lavender, which I'm interested in. Why pop the lavender in there? I didn't do any background, I'm about to say background check, but I didn't do any investigation on, you know, the story behind it, if there is a story, etc., etc. I didn't do all of that. I'm really just interested in how these perform, right? The pans are bigger, at least it looks like it's bigger than the other Anastasia palettes. And I'm gonna pick one up. Hold on for a second. So we look at something like the Jackie Aina palette. In this palette, it is 0.7 grams of product, right? That's when you see these little pans, versus in this Nouveau there is 1.34, which is really almost double the size, right? So that's interesting. Very interesting, but you can see when you put them side by side that it actually is more product. So that's interesting, but the question is, I don't care how big the pans are because I never hit pan, right? My question is the formula formulating? And that's what we're about to see. So I'm going to jump in to one of the shades. I'm going to get a clean brush so we don't have any issues. And when I'm looking here, you guys know I always flock to green colors, but today I'm gonna try my best not to do that. I kind of want to use this blue here, which still has a hint of green in it. This green is calling my name, y'all. I do not need, I'm gonna use this one though. But not as the transition. For transition, I'm going to use the color Metro, this one right here. And I didn't swatch anything. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is not the first review. I'm not a swatch person like that, but if I remember, I'll insert swatches at the end because I'm really interested. This has a lot of pickup already in the pan, as you can see, and all I did was dip my brush in. So let me tap excess off, and I'm just going to take Metro and see how this performs. This is my Sonia G, this is my Detail Pro. I just dipped it in. It has a lot of color payoff. Well, you know, a decent amount, you know, for the shade that, you know, the shade that it is actually a lot deeper. Oh no, I guess you could say it's equivalent. It's coming off exactly like it is in the pan. You can build it up to get it deeper, which is what I'm doing. Should I do 2 eye looks? I think I'm gonna do one on this eye and a different one on this eye. That is what I'm gonna do. I haven't done that in a long time. Because normally I'm getting, you know, I'm doing get ready with me's and I'm not actually reviewing a single product. I actually like the way that looks. So when we, yeah, I do. I like the way that looks. So really, I'm going to take that shade here, which is Peacock. It's this shade right here. And I'm going to use a brush, even though normally I would use my finger. I'm going to dip my Refer 02, so I picked up a lot of Peacock, and I'm going to pat it in. Peacock is actually giving me, oh gosh, what is the name of, it's in the Jackie Aina palette. It's giving me Sponsored. Is it that one? I'm gonna go looking. I want to say it's Sponsored, but let me pull it out because it's giving me that look, that color. Let me see something. It is Sponsored. That's this shade right here. It's not the same because this Sponsored is a dual chrome, but it does, it's giving me a similar effect. Sponsored just has a little different undertone, but not that much, huh? Let me just swatch them. I'm gonna swatch. This is Peacock, and that is a dual chrome. This is Sponsored in the Jackie Aina palette. So Sponsored is more green. On the pan they reflect the same, but this is definitely more blue. This is more green, but they gave me the same effect, it looks like, on the eye. But anyway, so it's kind of similar. I'm just gonna put a little more here, then I'm gonna blend. Then I'm going to just use Muse, which is this chocolate brown right here, and my Sonia G Jumbo Blender. I like using that for outer corner. It covers more area. Put it on my eye. Oh, that's nice and pigmented though. Look at that. That's pigmented. I had to wipe some off. Just trying to see if it's getting muddy. I'm going to take a clean, no product on this one, a clean classic crease brush. And I'm just going to clean this up. This is showing deeper on camera than it even is in person. But let's just blend this out. See what happens. I don't want any harsh lines. So let's. It's a pretty look, and I haven't even finished my eye, right? Or my face. What I am gonna do though, because I want to play with a couple another color, this color here, Isle, I am going to put that right. Do I want to put it here? No, I'm gonna put it right here, and we're gonna just have it blend into. See how the colors blend together. Oh, that's different. Okay. That's a nice, has a nice gold, like yellow tone. I like that. Yeah, I like the way that looks. It almost looks like a kind of ombre effect, right? All right, let's do something with this other eye. I'm not going to mess, I do want to mess with this green. All right, let's just play with this green. So we're going to go in, what's this shade? Liberty. This Liberty shade looks similar to the mini retro in Natasha Denona. I'm going to pull it out. If I can find it, we're going to pull it out. Hold on. The mini retro, it reminds me of this shade right here. That's in the mini retro. So let's see. This is the one in the mini retro. And this is Liberty in the Nouveau palette. Okay. It's similar. It's really similar. A very, very slight difference, but not much. It's reminding me of that. If you put them, I won't do this. Whoa, let's do that. Look at that. That's almost exactly the same, right? Then, but now I'm wondering, is that also the same? So if you take Wings, which is this one right here. Oh, I should have used it different. So this is Wings from the Nouveau palette. And then, I forgot what this one is called. Industrial from the mini retro, and put them side by side. No, that's a little, got a little different tone to it. I will say it's got a little more silver in it than green. Maybe a more, so it's similar, but this is definitely deeper. But these two matte shades right here, they're extremely close. Extremely. So I almost want to say you might be able to dupe some of the stuff that's in this one out of this palette. So even this one, I know this is not supposed to be a comparison video, but can I get a dupe? No, that's almost looking the same. So let's see. This is Lily. That's this shade right here, out of the Nouveau palette. Okay, and then we have whatever this one is, Galaxia, out of the Love. Let's see. Nope, they're different. Very different. Okay, cool. They're both pinky, but the Lily is a lot more pink than what's in the mini Love, the mini retro, I mean. So, all right, when I saw the palette in person, I said, wait a minute, this looks like something I have in my collection. So I just wanted to do that quick side by side. So let's get into this eye over here. And what I'm going to do, because I want to use more of the shades, I'm going to go into the shade Fleur. And we're going to start with that shade. Then I am going to use Liberty. This is very powdery. It's picking up. You're not going to be able to see it, but a lot in this jump is I have to blow it out because it's actually picking up, kicking up so much powder is getting on the other shades. So these mattes are very powdery. Maybe it's because I'm using a fluffier brush. So Fleur is ashy on me, as you could tell, right? it's a tad bit on the ashy side. So I know that Paloma, which is this shade right here, will also be ashy on me. So at least for a transition. Maybe as a lid shade, it would be okay. If I was doing a whole matte look, it may work, but not for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that green shade, Liberty, and I'm going to go over it. That has a lot of pigment to it too, y'all, because I barely dipped my finger and I'm getting color payoff. Y'all see that? Okay. So what I want to do is I actually want to use, trying to see if I want to use this one. This is Hope versus using Belle. And I'm going to use Hope. I'm going to use my same 02 brush. I just cleaned it off of my microfiber towel. And we're going to go in with Hope. And see how different Hope is from this eye. Right? Because remember, I didn't even use this shade on my eye yet. So this is more like a yellow, a green yellow. It is a very pretty shade. It is a pretty shade. A lot different from this one. Trying to think if I want to put anything in the inner corner, but in the meantime we're going to take that same brown shade, Muse. We're going to take this one because we're going to darken the outer corner. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to add any more. I'm going to use what's left and see if I really need to dip it again. I am going to have to dip it just a little bit. Pat it in. Now I'm going to take my classic crease and I just want to blend that outer corner, blend all of this. Just want to bring it up just a little more. This is very interesting shade because it blends in to the shades that are on your eye already. But it doesn't muddy it up, which is a good thing, but you have to be very careful using it. Otherwise, you will have a outer corner that's way too dark. Okay. All right, y'all, this is as far as I'm going with this look. I was going to put something inside of here, but I don't think it needs it. All right, I'm going to finish my face and then I'm going to come back. All right, y'all, here is my final look. Tell me what you think about that eye look. I just realized, y'all, that my air purifier been on. It's hot and My daughter has all these kids coming in and out of the house, so I keep air purifiers on everywhere. You know, it's still a pandemic out in these streets. So I totally forgot to turn my air purifier off. So if you hear the shh during the video, I'm sure you did. I haven't edited yet. I apologize. But anywho, this is the final look. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are around this eye look. I do like this palette, okay? However, I'm going to be honest with you. I can recreate this look without purchasing this palette. So I'm going to say, if you don't have, you know, like I said, I can get this eye. It won't look exactly the same, but it'll look really, really close to it if I had using a Jackie Aina palette, right? I can actually, you know, use ginger as my shade, my transition shade. This is this eye I'm talking about, sponsored on the lid. And then I can take Dorless, which is this one right here, in that inner corner, recreate and then put Credit in the outer corner, and it will look very similar to this eye, right? So I want to put that out there, right? That's that eye. And then for this eye, you know, I could recreate a similar look. The only thing I wouldn't be able to do with using the Natasha Denona Mini Retro is there's no dark shade for the outer corner with this particular palette. But I could use another, you know, another dark brown from another palette in order to get it. So if you have the Jackie Aina palette and other palettes that have these shit, you don't, this is not a necessity, right? I do like the formulation. The mattes are very sensitive. The powder kicks up very easily, so be careful, right? There's a lot of product in here, so I do like that. If you don't have a very large collection like I do, then it's quite possible you can, this isn't definitely an everyday palette. You can get green looks, you can get a little bit of a blue look, you can get some little pinky look, you know. If that's the shades that you're into, you can definitely do it. You can utilize even that purple, that lilac shade, you know, in the summertime to achieve a different type of look. You can get some you can definitely get a lot of matte looks out of this palette. So I wouldn't say it's a terrible purchase. I would say though, it's not necessary if you have those other palettes that I talked about, or any other palettes that have similar color schemes, right? If that makes any sense. I think I will use this, you know, when this is a very quick look, right? Oh, let me just throw something on. I can do this. I can use this for that. Corporate travel, like if I'm going away on business, I can use it for that as well. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm going to be leaning towards. I don't see myself just picking this up to do something special. You know, this is me being honest, right? I don't see me picking it up to do something special. If I'm going special occasion, something like that, that's not what I'm doing. Everyday look, I'm going like I am. I'm going to ShopRite to pick up my grocery order, but I still want a full face. Yeah, I can do it for this. But if I'm going out date night, this is not something I'm going to pick up to use. That's me, y'all, right? So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you have this palette already? It is a beautiful palette. I have a very large collection. My collection is so large that it's taking me 2-3 days to film my collection video, right? So for me, it wasn't a necessity, right? But it's not something I had to have because I don't have this in my collection. If you are new to makeup, new to Anastasia, this is great formulation, right? I would recommend it in that case. But if you have the collection similar to mine, you don't have to get it, right? Unless the collector in you wants it. Okay, with that being said, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to like and share this video, and most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye guys.